Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel. Listen, we about to go ahead and get into this growing up hip hop review, baby. So JoJo Vince to Tanisha about her daddy assaulting him, because y'all know on last week JoJo got that ice thrown on his ass because the daddy kept telling him, listen, you need to leave. No, you need to go. And JoJo said, I'm staying right here. I'm staying right here. And he said, okay, well, I got an ice box where my heart used to be. And he decided to throw it over there on JoJo. So JoJo is at the house. He is venting to Tanisha. Tanisha is confused because she like, what the hell? Why the hell would he do something like that? Like, I am so confused. Okay. She felt like, which was interesting. Okay. When she talked about her dad, JoJo says that the dad was still upset that he didn't walk her down the aisle. So she said her dad wasn't there for her every step of the way, and that's why he didn't get a chance to walk her down the aisle. Or at least that's why she did not allow him to walk her down the aisle. So she says, listen, I'm finna call this motherfucker. I'm finna give him a call because I need to understand exactly why the hell did he do this, because that's messed up. So he says he threw the ice on JoJo because JoJo was pissing him off. So then when she continued to pry more, like, why would you do that to your grandkid's dad? He couldn't even explain anything. He says, listen, you don't woke me up. I was asleep, da. I really can't talk. So she hung up in his face as I would have hung up in his damn face too. I'm just going to be honest, okay? So after she hangs up on her dad, she then goes on to say that she knows her dad loves her and how he was there for her every step of the way. And that's why all his kids are close. And I'm confused at this moment because just a few seconds ago, you said that your dad was not there for you every step of the way. Now you're saying he was, so which one is it? So she kind of goes on to clear that up, and she says when she needed him the most, that's when he turned his back on her. So I feel like she probably had some resentment about that, or still had a bit of animosity towards her dad for turning his back on her, whereas JoJo had to show up as he should have, being your man in all honesty, right? But that's the reason why I'm believing she didn't let him walk her down the aisle. And it also sounds interesting because it sounds like her dad may have been jealous of the role that JoJo played in her life and him being the man that looked after her and everything, right? And it just reminds me of the relationship that some moms have with their sons when their sons get into either a committed relationship or get into a marriage. Some of the moms still want to battle with the wife because they're having a hard time assessing, their position in the life, and they not like number one, the apple of their kid's eye anymore. Or at least it's not that you're not, you still are. It's just that, now they got a wife that they got to focus on. Like, that's their family. You know what I'm saying? So anywho, a lot of parents have a hard time with that, right? So that's their situation, and she's going to schedule a sit down with her dad to try and get some clarity. So Egypt decides that she's going to hop on a call with TT, right? A FaceTime, and she lets her know that she's pregnant with a little girl, and TT didn't really seem to be too happy. And I feel like TT wants to be happy for her, but knowing that her little cousin is half of Sam's is what probably makes her cringe on the inside, okay? Now, Egypt says, or before we get to Egypt and what she says, TT actually invited Egypt to like a brunch. I believe she was going to have a brunch or a housewarming or whatever it was. She was going to invite TT, right? TT said, oh, that's great. Then I'll get a chance to talk to Sean and, we can have that conversation, because I think that Egypt is thinking that because her and TT are good, she and Sean are going to automatically be good. That's not how that goes. And the same way you feel you need to have a conversation with Sean, that's the same thing Sam needs to do with Sean individually and TT individually, in my opinion, okay? So when Egypt was talking about having this conversation with Sean, TT said, oh, no, ma'am, that's not how this going to go. I said it's not how it's going to go because I don't think that he's ready to be in that place where he's ready to have that type of conversation with you guys yet. He's not all the way there. It's not that he really has an issue with y'all like that, for real. It's just that he just not going to be trying to have no conversation at his housewarming, because things can always go left at any moment, right? So during this conversation is when TT kind of realized that Egypt has the potential to bring Sam to her event by any means necessary, even if she doesn't want him there, because TT only extended the invite to Egypt and Egypt only. So based on her having this conversation with Egypt, TT decided to say, you know what, let's put a hold on that. Let's scratch the whole brunch situation. Let's go ahead and scratch that. And, we're not at the same place, and that's okay. You and I are just now getting back on one accord, and I feel like I probably jumped the gun a little too soon by wanting you to be around in that capacity. And we're still working on our relationship. So that's a little too soon. And, I just want to put a halt on things. And in all honesty, she didn't want to invite Sam, and I can't blame TT. If I don't want to invite somebody to my and you have the potential to bring that person anyway, then girl, you might get disinvited. It's better you get a disinvite now than to get your ass embarrassed should you show up to my stuff and then I have you escorted off my property. Hello? So, girl, you might want to take the L on the front end and not on the back, okay? But did y'all catch when Egypt sat up there and lied, talking about how Sam has dropped all his issues with Sean? And I said, let me pause this, because I know you mother lying, ma'am. You're not finna sit up here and play in America's face and act like that boy ain't got no issue with Sean when we literally just sat up here and watched that man say if he had to help Sean fight, he would, and then he'll turn around and beat Sean up and get back in the car, talking about how he felt the way about Sean pretty much choosing a side. Like, I need you to grow up. I need you to grow. I need both of y'all to grow the hell up while y'all over here trying to have a baby and also trying to be married or whatever the case is. Y'all got a lot more growing up to do. Gonna sit up here in this lady's face playing, talking about some we're good. Sam and I are good. We're this, we're that. If y'all are so good, then Sam would have also extended himself to offer an apology and have a conversation with both Sean and TT. If you ask me, girl, but I'm gonna sit up there and let Egypt tell her lies because that's just how she is, okay? But at the end of the day, TT has already decided to disinvite y'all, so it's gonna be what it is. She said that she here for Miss Egypt, but she not here for them as a unit, meaning she and Sam. So yeah, she gonna continue to take them in doses, and that's just where we are. Now let's get to Eric, because y'all know Aaliyah locked them doors on Eric, and Eric was left outside, and I was here for all of it. So he decided that he gonna come and do something real nice for her because he knows she probably still pissed off. So he decided to get her a chef meal and all this other stuff and rose petals or whatever he got for her, right? She's like, this is cute and everything, and I appreciate it, but at the end of the day, what we gonna do about your gambling? Because that's what I really want to get down to. That's what I want to talk about. So what are we gonna do about it? And she lets him know, like, listen, I like gambling too. So it's not that I'm trying to stop you from gambling, right? I know it's something that you enjoy, but at the same time, your family should also be something that you enjoy as well. Therefore, I think you need to make us more of a priority just as much as you make gambling a priority. So what we finna do about that? So at the end of the day, they both agreed on the fact that they are going to do date nights on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and he's going to continue to gamble on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Girl, let me tell you something. He going to do date night with her, and as soon as she fall asleep on his lap or wherever the hell she fall asleep on, he going to be sliding right up under her and going straight over there to that damn casino. Hello? That's what it's giving. I feel like she should have asked him for more than just date night. She should have asked him when he get in that damn house that he needs to get them kids ready for school before he lay his head down. Because if you got time to spend your money, blow your money, and use your time elsewhere, you got time to make sure these kids get their stuff together and they able to get on the bus. And before you take your ass down there to that casino, if you know little mama need to go to practice or little sir need to go to practice, then boo, you need to be dropping them off on your way to take your ass down there to that casino. What was it? I said what I said. Okay, so I feel like it was more than just a date night. He had some other things that he needed to work on. But if y'all want to start there, y'all can. Y'all can start there, but I'm sure it's going to be more mess to come, as the episode goes on. Now, Eric does go on to let her know that he is planning to go to Sean and TT's event or their housewarming or whatever they got going on. But he says that he's planning on bringing somebody, but he can't tell her exactly who it is because it's a surprise. And I was like, well, why would you even tell her to begin with? Why would you even bring it up if you know that you can't say much about it? Like, why would you do that? And it was shocking to me that he even was willing to withhold some information because I was shook. I said, girl, not Eric over here holding on to a secret. Girl, he held on to that secret so tight that it made Aaliyah jealous. She felt the way. Miss Girl was like, girl, he don't never hold on to nothing. And now he want to start holding on to it. I said, thank you for confirming what we already knew. You feel what I'm saying? All he do is tell people business. Now, he didn't tell her who was going to be coming because we already know it's going to be Romeo. But he ended up telling her more about Sam and Sam having these charges and, Egypt about to have this baby and he's supposed to be sentenced or having a court date, the day after the baby is born or a day or two before the baby is supposed to be born. So it's a lot of mess that's going on with that Sam situation, okay? So that, of course, they talked about that. So we'll see how it's gonna play out for them. Now, Tanise did go link up with her daddy and her brother. And she pretty much asked her dad, like, what the hell was going on with you? Like, why did you do that? Like, why were you so disrespectful? He said, listen, at the end of the day, JoJo would not leave my establishment. I was trying to calm down. I don't feel like I'm in the wrong if I'm telling you to leave and you continuing to stay there and you over there occupying my mother's space. Like, you deserve to get what you get at that point, is what the daddy was pretty much saying. So he was really upset, and he continues to go back and talk about this wedding again and being upset about the fact that he did not walk her down the aisle. I really feel like Tanisha and JoJo have at least been married for 3 to 4 years at this point. So I'm not saying he should be over it, but he definitely should be on the path to moving past it, because it is what the hell it is. Now, if they have a 5-year anniversary vow renewal, preferably she would get the chance to walk her dad down the aisle. But when you're doing stuff like this to disrespect, I'm sorry, not walk her dad down the aisle, but her dad being able to walk her down the aisle. But when you're continuing to do disrespect like this, like, it makes nobody want to fool with you, because he wasn't willing to bend on anything. He said he's not going to apologize to JoJo at all because he does not feel sorry for his actions. But then at the same time, he turns around and he kind of flips it a little bit by saying, if I have to apologize to him, then he needs to apologize to me. And you might possibly be right, but at the end of the day, you're not willing to give an apology. So what are we really doing here? Right? So Tanisha just pretty much got up and left, and I don't blame her. That girl said, you be doing a whole lot of talking, but you don't take no accountability. I said, I know that's right. Try, it's giving a whole lot of running your mouth, but never no accountability. Let me go ahead and go. And I was here for her leaving her dad right where he was sitting because he's ignorant. Now, Sam in Egypt is on their way headed to the court hearing, honey, and she tells him about her talk with TT and how she invited her and then turned around and uninvited her to the housewarming or whatever. So Sam says, well, listen, at the end of the day, if I get past whatever I need to get past in this courtroom, I'm dropping everything and it's all peace. Like, I ain't got nothing but love, basically. And I said, Sam, it takes you to be on the brink of going to jail for you to want to let everything go. Whether you get locked up or you don't, you need to let your guard down and let bygones be bygones and mend fences. Because whether you go into jail or you don't, it's only healthy for your wife and your wife's child, which is now y'all's child, to be in a better place with her other side of the family and her little cousin, because they're going to be close in age or whatever the case is. So it's like, you just need to be able to do a better job and understand and accept the fact that you're not always right in a lot of situations. Period. And it's sad because you have yet to evolve. We're not seeing that on the show. We will hope that you would actually watch the show so that you can see how you've acted over the seasons and why you're not everybody's cup of tea. Some situations, Sam, you were wrong. It is what it is. So, hopefully, you can move past this whole, when I, get out of jail, or when I ain't got these charges no more, I'ma forgive people. Nah, you might want to do that a little sooner than that, because if you is locked up for 1 year to 4 years, baby, Miss Girl may need some help, far more than what Pepper gonna give her. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on, all right? What I did not like was Egypt saying she was in there doing her makeup. I ain't really seen no makeup on her face. Maybe she gave herself a natural face. But that's what was taking so long, which almost caused him to be late for his court hearing, right? So they got there right in the brink, in the nick of time. First of all, I would have left Egypt at that mother house. In all honesty, you're going to have to catch a drive or a ride after me. And most importantly, which is before both of those, it's the fact that, girl, y'all should have been at the courthouse before the courthouse even opened. That's how early y'all should have been up. But either way, they made it on time. And what we learned was that the judge was planning on sentencing Mr. Sam. He's either going to get 1 to 4 years in jail, or he's going to get some probation. So it's not going to be like, oh, you're going to do a decade or 15 years or anything like that. He already kind of gave him a range of what to be expecting. But I don't know. I kind of feel like Sam might just get probation, in all honesty. I don't know why. I feel like he might get a little probation, whatever, do this time, whatever. But also I feel like he could just get a year. Who knows? I don't know. We're going to find out. But I am ready for y'all to go and tell us, what is Sam's fate? Is he going to jail or is he not going to jail? Let the people know something, all right? Now, we did see Tanise, Cree, and Aaliyah all link up. They really just talked about Tanise's dad and that relationship. So it was really like a 15-second scene. Then we see TT and Sean. And it seems like she wants Sean to be in America 100% of the time. And that kind of irritated me as much as it irritated Sean, because he's already had this conversation with TT a long time ago. I felt like he had this conversation with TT before they got pregnant and before they even got married. He keeps having this over and over and over conversation with her about her job, about his job, and him not being able to like move it to the United States and stuff. So it's like, TT, you be wanting these, I don't know, you be setting these high expectations and be wanting a certain lifestyle, but you don't want to deal with the reality of what's really happening. Just like you wanted this $1 million home and this, that, and all this other stuff. But Sean is keeping things realistic. Like, who she be out here trying to impress? And these be the things that be irritating me a little bit. Like about TT, I feel like, TT, girl, you strike me as a person that likes to live beyond your means just to maintain a particular persona with other people. Like, it's something off that I'm not really here for when it comes to you. So Sam seemed like not Sam, but Sean seems like he was a bit like annoyed with her. Just a little bit. And she says, well, listen, we're going to figure it out. We're going to get it together. And we're going to be able to make this thing work and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, okay, girl, we'll see how long that's going to last. Either way, good luck. All right. Now, we do see Eric link up with Romeo. They have a quick conversation. Romeo lets him know, listen, I got some apologies I got to give out. I got to talk to JoJo and assess where his head is at. I got to have the conversation with Angela, because how I left the show the last time, it just was wrong. I was wrong. And now that I'm a parent and I see how things go, my perspective, my thought process, all of that has really changed. And I want to have the necessary conversations, is what he's saying. But when they did that flashback of Romeo and Angela and the way that she was kind of like coming at him at his party and the things that he said, oh, she be on IG showing off her body and this and that and whoop whoop whoop. I feel like she ain't got to do all of that because she Angela Simmons and da 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 da. And the way that she was like, oh, you got some things to say to me? Nah, I'm hearing you saying this and that, but I want you to say it to me. He's like, we gonna do this at my party? She like, yeah, we gonna do it at your party. Da 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 da. And the whole time, all I got was we used to fuck energy. That's all that I got. They used to smash. I don't know if that's true. That's an opinion. That is not fact. From me watching those clips, that's what I gathered. Girl, I think they smashed at some point in their lives quite a few times. And I also think that they really enjoyed it when they did do it, but they just couldn't really, be on the same page to want the relationship. It seemed like when one wanted it, the other one didn't, vice versa. You feel me? But that was pretty much the episode of Growing Up Hip Hop. You guys go ahead and hop down in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you feel like JoJo is owed an apology from Tanisha's dad, or whether or not you felt like, JoJo need to apologize to her daddy. Okay, just let me know your overall thoughts about the episode. That's all that I got. I'm JamiThatsMe. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.